everything around. Riders not quite having that chance yet. For some, it's the last day before the Holly Bobs. They might be on the beach in 2 or 3 days' time. For others, they'll be carrying on to Guangxi and elsewhere. For many, there are thoughts of getting the day over with. For others, though, they want to win. UAE Team Emirates with Pogacar as their leader. Lots of talk in different ways about Primož Roglic in the last 14 days. In the last 24 hours, things have been confirmed. Brian Smith and Daniel Lloyd are going to be along with me all day to talk about how exactly those things have unfurled. We'll be watching the racing. We hope that whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're able to sit down and spend some time with us for the final time from start to finish this season. Take this opportunity, wherever you've been watching since the start of the year, to thank you for your company. And we hope that one last time we're able to enjoy something together before we go and hibernate a little over the winter. It's a beautiful, touching almost 20 degrees this morning. They're here from all over the world. Plenty have come from France. Coming from Scotland, Brian Smith is alongside me. Brian, buongiorno, welcome along. It's the last dance for Thibaut Pinot today. He'll be off with his goats and in the hills of the Vosges in the next few days. He naturally is the early focus of attention, but there's so much to concentrate on as we go start to finish for one final time in 2023, Brian.
It's been an entertaining last few weeks with mergers and riders going to other teams, and you know, we've got this big race, and you know, I've watched this race for many, many years, and I think just the fact that Evenepoel's here, Roglic is here and Pogacar's here, it's been a while since that's happened, and they all want to win. They all are winners, and the thing about it, Rob, is they've shown they've got the form to win this. You know, when you look at some of the additions in the past, you know, I can remember way back in the 80s when Sean won this in a blanket finish. Henny Kuiper, Adi van der Poel, Greg LeMond, and it was just, you know, a sprint finish in Como. Well, over the last kind of couple of years, Pogacar has kind of dominated a little bit in the final, but I don't think he'll be able to do that today.
Carlos Rodriguez is here as well. Romain Bardet's turned up. It's a fine cast, and there's a lot of little goodbyes as well as the big goodbye we're covering with Thibaut Pinot. Mikel Landa, for example, racing for the final time for Bahrain, victorious. Primož Roglic, as we said, has announced his new team. Spoiler alert, that will be Bora Hansgrohe. We'll talk about that later on. For now, though, let's get our first little bit of news looking forward. Here is Thibaut Pinot. He gets the handshake from Mauro Vegni. And he's finishing in a place that he absolutely loves. This is the moment then. One last wearing of heart on sleeve. A display of passion and courage. And that's even before we get to the start. I'm sure on the bike, Pinot will be hoping to find his best legs. He said he's happy with the season. But what a way to say goodbye. The race he won 5 years ago. And look at all the champions lining up behind him. Pogacar, just 2 bike lengths behind him. Evenepoel is there as well. It's those that mark the current generation. This man, maybe retiring a little early for some's liking, but he knows it's his time. And he is the centre of attention. Question is, who will be that at the end of the day? They're getting the 1-minute countdown. There's Evenepoel. Not much racing for him recently, more training. And one last moment of peace and quiet before the chaos begins. Always selective, often spectacular. The excitement builds. Brian talked about Sean Kelly's victories in the 80s. All the greats have won this, really. And today, of course, we'll remember the late, great Felice Gimondi, who died in 2019. This was his home race, and we'll remember him as we head to his home city. Here we go, then. There he is. The Giro dell'Emilia was Roglified before in Varese, Van Wilder showed his Belgian super team still have fire in their bellies. There have been wins for Formolo and Bajoli in the build-up. Evenepoel has been training, while two-time defending champion Pogacar has been trying to bring his own form to the boil as well. Who will come out on top today? It's the final big one-dayer of the 2023 season. It's the Giro di Lombardia, and we're off for the neutral zone at least. Sometimes feels like we're building up all season to this moment, Brian. It's such a big race within itself, and coming a month after the Vuelta a España, there's that wait and wait and wait. A lot of people continue their seasons just for this moment, don't they, Brian?
It's a difficult time of the year because of announcement from teams. You know, where are you going next year? Have you got contracts? And it's just